Welcome to the third Talent Pathway assignment video. Today we're going to discuss talent and what it actually is and how it can be identified. According to Symington in 1999, talent is any innate capacity that enables an individual to display a performance in a domain that requires special skills and training. How do we identify talent? Well, Williams and Franks in 1998 came up with this talent identification model. Identification of talent in football should be considered complicated, mainly because football performance consists of a variety of skills that influence results. According to Williams and Franks in 1998, you have to consider the role of sociological, physiological, physical, and physiological factors to be able to predict talent in soccer. So if we look here, for the physical predictors, you have height, weight, body size, bone diameter, muscle girth, your somatotype, growth, and body fat. For your physiological predictors, you have aerobic capacity, anaerobic endurance, and anaerobic power. For the physiological predictors, perceptual cognitive skills, you have their attention, anticipation, decision making, game intelligence, creative thinking, and motor/technical skills. And finally, for the sociological predictors, you have parent support, socio-economic background, the education, coach-child interaction, hours in practice, and cultural background. Ross Tucker stated, "Talent is evaluated today with a view tomorrow, but is based on things that happened yesterday." There are 4 stages of which talent can be spotted, developed, and perfected. To start the pyramid off, you have foundation, which is where the people that play any sport without any real competitive aspect to it. Next, you have the participation, which is grassroots level of all sport, like amateur leagues such as Sunday League. Next, you have the performance, which is more the academy stage of talent, and finally you have the elite stage, which is the final stepping stone, which consists of all the professional athletes. However, talent identification can also be seen very much like placing a bet. There is potential that the talent that has been spotted will become successful, but there is also a high chance that they won't be, and will fall down that period to the less competitive stages. Therefore, it is vital for scouts and coaches to trust their decision and hope that the player they've spotted will put the hard work in to essentially win the bet they place when giving the player that chance. Harrocks et al. In 2016 suggested that this process can be broken down into 5 stages. The first stage is called the romance stage, which involves deliberate play. It's usually for the ages 8 to 11. The second stage, elementary education. This is for the start of the academy pathway and is for the ages 11 to 15. The third stage is advanced education, which is youth team sport. It can be the introduction of international sport for ages under 16s and under 18s. Next, we have the graduation. This is where the athlete starts to break into the first team. And finally, the last stage of this model is the Evolutionary Excellence. During this period, the athlete is a consistent first team player who may be involved with the international team. However, this process unfortunately works for 0.01% of the population that takes part in any sport. According to Williams in 2009, only 10% of players in academy football make it into a professional game. The Australian Institute of Sport stated there is no need to actively unearth talent for nations to be compared primarily through global tournaments such as the Olympic Games and the FIFA World Cup. Why is talent identification important, you may think? Well, there are 3 categories that tell us why. The first being the strategic reasons, which involves gaining the edge over competitors. This is very much evident in professional football, as all the big clubs race to sign the next big thing. At the moment, these players are Haaland and Kylian Mbappe, who are seen to be the next Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi, with huge price tags on their name, upwards of 150 million. Next, we have tactical. Very similar to the strategic element, this may consist of investing heavily in the youth talent systems, which will optimise the return, which will benefit a club financially as well as their success on the pitch. Finally, the operational, which is the management of young athletes, so their transition to the senior level from the youth is smooth with minimal hiccups along the way.